My name is Brett Everhard and I'm a tattooer or tattoo artist. So I started getting tattooed when I was 18. When I got my first tattoos, like walking into that, it was like walking into a whole other world. You know, the first tattoo I got, from what I remember, there was no conversation. There was no niceties about it. So it was like this sort of cool, fucking scary world. And I was like, definitely, you know, I was like a skinny little skate rat kid. And I was like, I'm not going to show these guys that I'm scared. Even if I was scared, I'm like, I'm not showing you I'm scared. There was a lot of like, you walking in there and if you're not getting tattooed, they're like, you getting tattooed? Oh, I'm just looking. Hurry up. You're not getting tattooed, fuck off. Sort of cool. So I've been tattooing this year, and I think it's July, will be 21 years. Never really thought of it as a career option or something that I was even able to do because I had no idea about how to get into it. When I was younger, people would come up to me just because of other stuff that I was doing art-wise. I'm talking when I was like 14 or 15, they're like, you should be a tattooer. And I'd be like, what do you mean? I'm not in a bikie gang, you know, like, but you know, I've always drawn, you know, between that and just liking art and then getting tattooed and then getting tattoos where I actually realized you could do some pretty cool stuff. I was just like, oh, this is something I want to do. When you're doing a tattoo, it's not just about the tattoo or about your tattooing. You have to know how to talk to people and you have to know how to, you know, if they've got a bad idea, because it does happen, people have bad ideas like design-wise or idea-wise or whatever, and you've got to be pretty diplomatic and you can't just go, this fucking sucks, get out of here. You're not going to do that, you know, you're going to say, hey, maybe this is the best way to do it, and you tell them why it's the best way to do it. But I always fuck around with people and then they'll be like getting their first tattoo and they're like, I'm so nervous, and I'm like, I'm nervous too now. I wasn't nervous, but now you're nervous and I'm nervous. And I know sometimes you can't do that with people because they go, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around with you, know, I'm trying to like make you feel at ease. I'd say tattooing is and should be a sacred sort of thing. I mean, there's always been backyard tattooers, you know, or scratchers as we call them. And probably more so now, especially after COVID or during COVID, they haven't done an apprenticeship. They haven't learned anything except, you know, the way that they draw. And everyone is like, you shouldn't gatekeep. I think you should gatekeep things. Certain things should be gatekept. And that's not saying like, keep people out. It's like, hey, if you want to do this, if you want to commit to doing this, then do it right. You know, like have some respect for tattooing as a trade, as a craft, as an art form, and do it right. Because if you're not respecting it, like again, like why should anyone respect your work or what you do? You know? Yeah, tattooing is obviously important to me because it is my livelihood. It's how I am paying rent. It's how I'm eating. But it's a cool job too. And it's great because like you can make someone's day. So it's sort of special, you know, like you get to be part of someone's memory. But when you see how people react when they get their first tattoo or they get something that's really special to them, you know, so it is important, you know, it makes people happy.